Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another Bluemage video for Final Fantasy XIV. This time I wanted to go through some things with this spell, Aetherial Mimicry. This spell is learnt from Theros Sirius Hard. This is spell number 77 in the Bluemage book, and you need to see my spell guide for details, where I have a guide on how to get this. This spell then is actually pretty special, which is why I wanted to make it its own video. What you might know then from the paper reading is that when you use it on a tank, healer or DPS class in or outside of your party, you mimic their stance directly. You gain 20% crit hit and direct hit rate for a DPS stance, your healing potency increases by 20% for healer stance, and your defense increases for tanks, as well as some abilities change. This is how then we can tank endgame raids such as Alexander Savage, how we can heal said raids, and how we actually get enough damage to actually beat them before end rages. What you might not know then beyond that is how this ability affects others in the book. Beyond the initial change of stance, several other blue spells actually change when you have these certain stances available. The first to look at is Pomf Cure, entry number 58 in the Bluemage spellbook. This usually is a 100 potency heal, but if you change stance to healer through Aetherial Mimicry, it actually goes all the way up to 500 potency. You will note then that this is very much the ability that you would use to spam in raids if you chose to be a healer on your Bluemage. Obviously we have White Wind, which is a nice AoE heal, but this is pretty much your single target, what you'd need to use on a tank sort of heal. Another spell to be affected directly by this is Gob Skin. This is book entry number 59. So usually this creates a barrier around yourself and any nearby party members. This usually absorbs the equivalent of a 100 potency heal and lasts for 30 seconds, which is useful, but not so much in later content. However, if you apply this spell as a healer stanced Bluemage with Aetherial Mimicry, you can use Gob Skin to get a barrier equivalent to a 250 potency heal, which is actually quite a significant change if you think about it. However, it turns out outside of Bluemage only groups, the Scholar ability Galvanize or Astrologian's Nocturnal Field will not stack with this, but it is very helpful for the blue only raids that we'll be doing for the Bluemage log throughout the endgame of Bluemage. Spell number 70, Cacked Guard, is affected directly once again by Aetherial Mimicry if you're in tank stance. So the normal spell is a 6-second duration, only 5% reduction in party member damage taken. However, if you're in tank stance and press Cacked Guard, this goes all the way up to 15%. So if you're a blue magic tank, you should use this quite often during the AoE bursts, and it's a very useful CD to have. This will be the difference between a wipe or not. And finally, spell 73, Xovation. This is affected directly by healer stance, so normally this is a restoring spell, giving a 50 potency heal to you and everyone around you in a party, and also actually removes one detrimental effect from them, such as Doom or anything else that's cleansable that you would normally need Esuna to cleanse, but we don't have that, so we have Xovation. Usually this heal that comes with this is a little bit pap, but if you're in healer stance with Aetherial Mimicry, this has a potency all the way up to 300 and still has that removal of detrimental effects, so that is a particularly useful ability. It does cost a little bit more than, say for instance, White Wind, which you should ordinarily be using as your AoE heal, but to have that removal of a detrimental effect on party members as well as a high potency heal is a very good ability to have for sure. So the way that the endgame Bluemage revolves so much around this singular spell to make others more powerful in the spellbook is an interesting dynamic that we've not seen before, and does open a lot of possibilities for any future spells they decide to add, now that we essentially have gained multiple roles for the same singular job. It also means that if there is any spell that should be on the top of your list, then you should definitely consider Aetherial Mimicry. Anyhow, I thought this was worth making a video video on, because you'd think it would be common knowledge, but not everybody reads the tooltips. Thank you kindly for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in a Bluemage group soon on Chaos Data Center, and I'll see you all next time.